The current time is 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Here is a special weather statement for your area. Over the past couple of weeks, there has been unseasonably dry conditions across much of western Texas, along with unseasonably high temperatures. This has led to extremely dry ground and foliage in the vast majority of western Texas. The National Weather Service office in Norman, Oklahoma has given this region a critical risk of wildfires in the coming week. Little to no precipitation is expected over the next 7 days, and high winds may also help contribute to the risk of wildfires in the affected area. All of these factors are expected to last for at least the next week. Be on the lookout for wildfires in the coming week. If you spot a wildfire, contact the local fire department, along with the National Weather Service office for your area. Here is your 7-day forecast. On Monday, it will be sunny, with a high of 75 degrees, and a 0% chance for precipitation.
This is an activation of the Community Access Center, routed through the emergency alert system. There is no actual emergency. If there was, official instructions would have followed the alert tone. This is a community broadcast message, issued at the request of the Lubbock County Fire Department, and is being broadcast under the authority of local broadcasting agencies in the area. The following message will contain a pre-recorded message from a representative for the local fire department, Dale Harris.
Hello everyone, my name is Dale Harris, and I am a part of the management office for the Lubbock County Fire Department. Recently, we have received word from the National Weather Service that there is expected to be a high risk of wildfires across western Texas in the coming week. I can tell you that we have seen this ourselves already. While there has been no major fires in the area, many small brush fires erupted seemingly from nowhere, but were thankfully contained rather quickly. While the cause of these fires is unknown at this time, we believe this could be due to human error. We would like to remind everyone of some common procedures to follow in times of high fire risk. Where possible, do not use any objects that involve fire outside or in areas surrounded by dry foliage. This includes, but are not limited to, gas-powered grills, lighters, campfires, fire pits, fireworks, and lit cigarette butts. If you smoke outside, make sure the cigarette butt is fully put out, and do not throw it into the grass, rather throw it into a trash can or ashtray. If you have an emergency involving a fire, or spot a wildfire from afar, do not hesitate to call emergency services. Due to the ongoing weather conditions, it is very likely that any fires that pop up will burn quickly and move fast. We need to make sure they do not start at all, and if they do, that they are contained as quickly as possible. Thank you for your time, and stay safe out there this week.
Please stand by for this message from Dale Harris. This has been a community broadcast message. Thank you for your time. This message is being broadcast at the request of the National Weather Service office in Lubbock, Texas. A red flag warning has been issued for extreme northwestern Texas, until further notice. This area extends from the northwestern panhandle of Texas, down to the town of Big Spring in the south, and Wichita Falls in the east. Some locations impacted include, but are not limited to, Lubbock, Plainview, Littlefield, Seminole, Amarillo, Dalhart, and Perryton. Updated fire risk forecasts from the National Weather Service indicate an extreme fire risk for the warned area over the coming days. Weather conditions are expected to be nearly perfect for the formation of large fires in the area. Relative humidity in the area will be extremely low over the coming days. Winds are expected to gust up to 50 miles per hour in some areas as well. There is no forecast precipitation over the course of the next 5 days, and the area is expected to remain essentially bone dry. The exception to this is the potential formation of dry thunderstorms. These are storms that have little to no rainfall, but are still able to produce cloud-to-ground lightning. These storms increase the risk of wildfires greatly, and are expected to form sporadically during the afternoon on coming days. This is a particularly dangerous situation. This is not a situation to take lightly, as wildfires can erupt with little to no warning. Please stay tuned to local news media, along with the National Weather Service for more information and future updates over the coming days. Repeating, a red flag warning has been issued for extreme northwestern Texas, until further notice. This message is being broadcast at the request of the National Weather Service office in Lubbock, Texas. A severe weather statement has been issued for the counties of Gaines and Andrews in Texas, until 4:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. At 3:18 p.m., National Weather Service radar indicated a thunderstorm near the town of Andrews, moving north-northeast at around 15 miles per hour. This storm is considered to be a dry thunderstorm, as it seems to have little to no precipitation associated with it. However, it seems to be very capable of producing a large amount of cloud-to-ground lightning, in addition to gusty winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. Locations impacted by this storm include, but are not limited to, Andrews, Seminole, Seagraves, Loop, and White City. If you are in the path of this storm, it is advised that you get indoors immediately, and remain away from windows. Due to the unpredictable nature of a dry thunderstorm, do not wait for the sound of thunder to take shelter. Lightning can strike at any moment, and can sometimes reach up to 10 miles away from the storm itself. In addition to dangerous lightning, high gusty winds could lead to loose objects becoming flying debris. It is advised you remain away from windows in your shelter, and that you do not make an attempt to observe this storm. This storm is not only being warned due to the lightning and wind risk, but also because of the potential for it to cause wildfires. Conditions in the affected area have been immensely dry, and it is possible that a stray lightning strike could start a fire. If you observe a fire starting, please contact your local fire department immediately. Stay tuned to local news media and the National Weather Service for more information and future updates on this event. Repeating, a severe weather statement has been issued for the counties of Gaines and Andrews, Texas, until 4:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. This message is being broadcast at the request of the National Weather Service office in Lubbock, Texas. A wildfire warning has been issued for the counties of Gaines, Andrews, Martin, and Dawson in Texas, until further notice. At around 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, numerous reports of a wildfire were received around the town of Patricia, which is near the intersection of the 4 previously listed counties. This fire was believed to have been started by a lightning strike from a dry thunderstorm that was affecting the area at the time. It is currently unknown the extent of the fire at this time, or how long it will take to contain. Multiple firefighting units from the previously listed counties are currently en route to try and contain the fire. At this time, it is unknown if residents will need to be evacuated in the near future. If you observe this fire approaching your home, you are advised to leave immediately. Due to ongoing extreme fire risk conditions, this fire will likely spread very fast. These conditions will likely leave you with little to no warning ahead of time. Remain vigilant, especially into the nighttime hours. If possible, ensure you have some sort of way to receive alerts from local authorities and the National Weather Service before you go to bed. This can be through TV broadcasts, radios, and emergency alerts on your phone. Stay tuned to local news media and the National Weather Service for more information and future updates on this event. Repeating, a wildfire warning has been issued for the counties of Gaines, Andrews, Martin, and Dawson in Texas, until further notice.
Hello everyone, my name is Josh Foster with Lubbock County Local News. Today, the top story in the area is the ongoing wildfire situation in the viewing area. Over the past 18 hours, a wildfire has been burning out of control in some areas of the Texas Panhandle. This has primarily been affecting the counties of Gaines, Andrews, Martin, and Dawson. The fire started near the small town of Patricia, and has since rapidly spread outwards in all directions. Due to unseasonably dry conditions, in addition to high wind gusts in the area, this fire has been able to spread exceptionally fast. Also due to the ongoing drought situation in the area, many fire departments are limited in the amount of water they can use. It is expected that help will be called from other parts of the state, along with bordering states where possible and if necessary. Many residents in the area around the fire are anxiously waiting to see when the fire will be contained, and if they will need to evacuate. Unfortunately, a majority of the town of Patricia has been burned down due to this wildfire. The town had a population of around 60 people. Thankfully most of them got out of the fire, except for 3 people that are currently unaccounted for. Firefighters in the area are currently saying they are sorry more could not have been done, and they are doing everything in their power to prevent this fire from causing any more damage and destruction in the area. We will be monitoring this situation closely over the coming days, and we will keep you updated as more information becomes available.
This message is being broadcast at the request of the Texas Division of Emergency Management. An immediate evacuation order has been issued for the counties of Gaines, Andrews, Martin, and Dawson in Texas, until further notice. This message is being issued in regards to the ongoing Patricia fire that started on the evening of January 14, 2021. Local firefighting departments are working to keep this fire contained, but have had little success so far. The fire is estimated to be only about 15% contained at this time, and current weather conditions are not helping the situation. Winds are expected to turn more northerly today, meaning the fire has the potential to start spreading further into the counties of Yoakum, Terry, and Lynn. Other bordering counties should remain vigilant for rapidly changing conditions in the coming days. This fire is spreading at an immensely fast pace, and areas within 8 miles of the original starting point of the fire may be consumed in less than 12 hours. Even so, if you are within 10 miles of the former town of Patricia, you are asked to begin evacuating as soon as possible. When leaving, try to avoid taking rural roads where possible, as it is much easier to get stuck on the terrain on rural roads compared to major roads and highways. It is also advised that when you leave, you wear some sort of facial covering. This can be any piece of cloth wrapped around your mouth and nose, a medical mask, or some other form of facial covering. This is due to the large amount of smoke being produced from this fire, which could lead to difficulty in regards to breathing. For more information on evacuation routes, please consult local emergency management agencies. Stay tuned to local news media and the National Weather Service for more information and future updates on this event. This message is being broadcast at the request of the National Weather Service office in Lubbock, Texas. A severe weather statement has been issued for the counties of Terry, Lynn, Hockley, and Lubbock in Texas, until 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. A tornado warning will remain in effect for the previously listed areas until 3 p.m., but this message contains special information on this emergency event. Please listen carefully, as information in this alert may save your life. At 1:20 p.m., a pyrocumulonimbus cloud was just south of the town of Brownsfield in Terry County, Texas. This cloud formation is in relation to the ongoing Patricia fire situation in the panhandle of Texas. There have already been reports that this cloud has produced a fire-induced tornado, and has the potential to produce outflow winds in excess of 80 miles per hour. This is a particularly dangerous situation. This cloud is expected to move very slowly to the north-northeast at around 15 miles per hour. The strong winds from both the reported tornado and the outflow winds from this fire-induced storm cloud have the potential to knock over trees and cause new fires in the affected area. Flaming debris may be launched miles away from this storm, potentially causing new fires far away from the main fire. While this storm is expected to remain in mostly rural areas for the time being, it may end up tracking dangerously close to the major city of Lubbock. If you are in one of the affected counties, take shelter immediately. Taking shelter underground is the best option at this time, but generally, get to the lowest floor of the building you are in, and stay away from windows. All firefighters in the area are being asked to get away from the affected area as soon as possible, and are being asked to seek shelter immediately. Stay tuned to local news media and the National Weather Service for more information and future updates on this event. Repeating, a severe weather statement has been issued for the counties of Terry, Lynn, Hockley, and Lubbock in Texas, until 3 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Hello everyone, this is Josh Foster with Lubbock County Local News. Right now, we are covering an emergency situation that is unfolding near Lubbock, Texas. At around 1:30 p.m., a warning was issued stating that a fire-induced tornado, more commonly known as a firenado, is slowly working its way up through the Texas panhandle from the south. This tornado was spawned from what is called a pyrocumulonimbus cloud, which is formed from large fires. Right now, we have a storm spotter on the ground, right near the Lubbock and Hockley County border. With us now is storm spotter Chase Ramos. Please stand by while we patch him in. Hello Chase, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Great. Now Chase, can you please describe what you have been doing during the course of this event?
Sure thing, Josh. So right now, I am set up about 5 miles west of Lubbock, Texas, right along the Lubbock and Hockley County border. I've been personally keeping track of what's been going on with the Patricia fire situation over the past 3 days. I've frequently been in contact with the National Weather Service in order to try and provide them with information they can use so they can visualize the situation to the public and show them how severe this really is.
I see. That is a very honorable thing to do, putting yourself in harm's way like that. Would you mind describing what you are seeing right now?
Of course I can, Josh. But first I've got to say, this is one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. The sky out here is almost pitch black, but it's not just from the storm clouds. It's also from all of the smoke from the Patricia fire. In the horizon, it legitimately looks like what I can only describe as hell. The horizon is just a bright red glow. I can vaguely see the funnel of the tornado that was reported about an hour ago approaching me. It's not what people usually think of when it comes to a fire-nado, though. It's a dark black funnel with some light in it only being from the flaming debris swirling around inside of it. It seems to be a relatively wide wedge funnel, and I would have to guess wind speeds are gusting to at least 110 miles per hour within the funnel. It really is a terrifying scene out here.
Sounds like a Chase. What are your current plans here? Considering this has been called a particularly dangerous situation, do you plan on seeking shelter soon?
Yes, Josh, I think you're right. In fact, I think I'm probably going to go do that now. I would say the storm is about 2.5 miles to my south, so I think I should be going.
Chase, are you alright? I think we may have lost signal with Chase. We will try and get into contact with him again as soon as possible. For now though, the news team here is going to go seek shelter in the studio basement. We will be back on the air as soon as possible. Stay safe everyone.
This message is being broadcast at the request of the Hockley County Police Department. an industrial fire warning has been issued for the counties of Hockley and Lubbock, until further notice. At 2:38 p.m., an explosion was reported at the Apache Corporation building just outside of the city of Lubbock, Texas. This explosion is believed to be due to the ongoing Patricia fire situation, in addition to a fire-induced tornado that scraped through Hockley and Lubbock counties. The Apache Corporation building is an oil and natural gas facility, and it is believed the flames from the tornadic debris caused this explosion. It is unknown at this time if there are any injuries or casualties. If you are anywhere near this facility, leave the area immediately. Unignited natural gas could potentially be lit from flaming debris or any other source of heat, potentially leading to another explosion in the open air. If you are within 2 miles of this facility, it is advised that you evacuate immediately. Anyone that is on the west side of Lubbock should shelter in place, and do not go outside under any circumstances. Stay tuned to local news media for more information and future updates on this event. This message is being broadcast at the request of civil authorities within the city of Lubbock, Texas. This is an emergency update, issued in order to inform the people of Lubbock about an ongoing emergency situation. The following message will contain information on multiple events, such as the Patricia fire, the fire-induced tornado event, and the explosion at the Apache Corporation building in Hockley County. Please stand by for important information on these events. Firstly, is the fire-induced tornado event that occurred just over an hour ago, just outside of the city of Lubbock. At this time, there is no more risk from the tornado. The tornado dissipated around 6 miles to the northwest of Lubbock at around 2:50 p.m. Central Standard Time. The tornado warning and severe weather statement for the area has been lifted, and you may come out of your shelters at this time. Secondly, there is the situation involving the Apache Corporation building explosion. At around 2:38 p.m. the tornado that was previously mentioned caused an explosion at the Apache Corporation building just along the Lubbock and Hockley County line. At this time, there have been 3 reported deaths at the facility, and numerous injuries in the surrounding areas. Due to this explosion and the potential for unignited natural gas, people in western Lubbock are asked to remain indoors at this time. If you must go outside, it is advised you wear a facial covering, and do not use any objects that involve fire in the open air, such as lighters or cigarettes. Crews are currently on their way to investigate the area to make sure it is safe for people to go outdoors. But in the meantime, remain indoors if you are in western Lubbock. Finally, more information on the Patricia fire has become available. Local firefighting agencies believe they will be able to get the situation under control within the next 5 days. Even though today's events are expected to be a setback, heavy rain associated with a low-pressure system is expected to come into the area early on the morning of January 19th, and bring heavy rain to the area over the following few days. This is expected to greatly help firefighters' efforts to contain the wildfire. While their estimated date of control may not be exact, it is a bit of hope for the future. That is all of the new information for this emergency update. Please stay tuned to local news media for more information and future updates on this event.
Hello everyone, this is Josh Foster with Lubbock County Local News. Today, we have some great news regarding the Patricia fire situation that has been ravaging the panhandle of Texas since the 14th of this month. As of this morning, the fire was estimated to be around 95% contained according to local fire departments, and it is expected to be 100% by the end of the day today. In addition to that, a much-needed deluge of rain soaked most of western Texas over the past few days, greatly reducing our rain deficit. While there was some minor flooding in some areas due to the storms, it seemed to be well worth it. The fire is just about to be contained, and the rain helped get rid of the vast majority of the drought in the state. Any remaining patches of drought are minor at the very worst. Unfortunately though, there is some bad news to go along with all of this. The Patricia Fire burned down a multitude of rural towns, including the town of Patricia, where the massive wildfire first started, and got its namesake from. Search and rescue efforts are also underway in these areas to try and recover an estimated 40 missing people. At this time, we do know of around 18 fatalities from events related to this fire, including that of storm spotter, Chase Ramos. If that name sounds familiar, he was on the air with us the day the fire tornado was passing just west of Lubbock. Chase was set up around a quarter-mile from the Apache Corporation building when there was a massive explosion from the oil and natural gas that is harvested at the facility. He was found dead under his truck, which is believed to have been flicked on top of him from either the explosion of the facility, or the tornado that was approaching him. Our hearts go out to Chase's family and loved ones, and we would like to thank Chase for his efforts in attempting to keep the public safe and informed. You will be thoroughly missed. Though this has been a rough week for this part of Texas, we will rebuild and come back stronger than ever before. Please stay safe out there everyone, and have a great rest of your day.